How's it going, everybody? I, of course, am Dr. Delay, and I am back for game number 2 of the day for me. Of course, we have a triple header here on the Dr. Delay Network as the number 5 seeded St. John's, who come in with a 29-6 record, take on the number 4 seed Kansas Jayhawks, who are 24-10. A lot of people are saying it's going to be the game of the day. I kind of agree, hence why I'm calling it. Good to see all of you guys here. Hopefully, again, it is a great game. Thank you guys again. Good to see you, Steven. Good to see you, Chuck. Time. Appreciate you again. That was a crazy shot. Last night's game. George, Matthew, Chance, thank you very much. Drago, appreciate you for tuning in. Drago? Yeah, I guess it's Drago. Appreciate you for tuning in again. Again, Steven, Chance, appreciate you. Tammy, Ricky, thank you guys all for tuning in. Ready for this one. The winner will take on Duke on Friday, so they did announce some of the games on when they would play anyway. But, yeah, so the winner takes on Duke, and man, oh man, again, this one is pretty much going to be the best game, I think, of the day. St. John's opening up with a 79-53 win over Northern Iowa, pretty much commanding, like, I think that was the biggest blowout of any 12-5 seed. And then, of course, Kansas kind of had a little scare against California Baptist, winning 68-60. Yes, there are Christians in California. I remember seeing that comment. That was pretty funny. I don't know. That was a few days ago. But anyway, St. John's can put up points, averaging 81 points a game. Kansas, 75 points. St. John's playing pretty good defense, allowing 70 points a game. Kansas, 69. Both shoot at 45%. Rebounds about the same at 39. So again, pretty much it's close across the board. Of course, there's questions on, Big East better, Big 12 better. So again, that might impact some of the scoring and, defensive numbers. But again, yeah, definitely will be a good one. I've seen both these teams play. And like I said, I've been looking forward to this one. This one's going to be my ideal matchup of the day. It's my favorite one. And again, hopefully the last game is pretty good. But yeah, this one is going to be great. So hopefully, again, it's a good call. St. John's looks like they're going to be the away team, of course. They're the 5 seed. But Kansas is going to be in white. Have yet to see a Kansas player, so I cannot tell you what St. John's is wearing. But, all right, looks like we are about ready for some action here. Hopefully the score bug looks all right to you guys, as we're about ready for tip-off here in San Diego, California. They're showing off Rick Pitino. Again, he's a legend. Darren Peterson, again, the all-star freshman. He's so good. We'll see if he can take over the game. St. John's going to be wearing red. They're all red. Kansas in all white. Opening tip is won by the Red Storm. St. John's going left to right. Kansas right to left. As they have it on the near side, St. John's wearing some numbers. I can't really see who it is, but I can tell you Hopkins is with it on the far side. Bounce pass inside to Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking around. In the lane, kicks it out here to Hopkins for 3, and that is good. First points of the game belong to the Red Storm. 3-0, 19-33 and counting in this one. Here is Council. He's at the logo, going to the far side, floating it over here to Badunga. Badunga to Peterson. Peterson driving inside, looking floaters. Going to be too strong as it's rebounded there by St. John's. Racing down, playing quickly, driving to the basket, loses the ball as it was indeed out of bounds. So he couldn't quite save it, maybe playing a little bit too fast. Patino not happy. Last 4 games for St. John's. 13-0 run against UNI. Big East Championship, they start off 10-0. Big East semifinal, 8-0. Quarterfinal, 9-0. So they've just been starting off dominantly to begin the game. As here is Council here for Kansas. Kicks it out here to, I believe that is White. White now handing it off to Peterson. Again, he is the playmaker for Kansas, finding White once again. As White driving inside, hands it off to Peterson for 3, and he ties it up. Peterson again, he will be the one to watch for Kansas. All right, St. John's with it yet again, as this is Hopkins. Hopkins handing it off here on the far side. I believe that was Sellers, as this is Ejiofor, and Ejiofor back over to Hopkins. Hopkins going to hop around and hand it off to Darling on the far side. Bounce pass here to Mitchell. Mitchell going to the lane and can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by Kansas. Kansas now racing down. This is Council. Council driving inside. It's stripped and taken away by Darling. Darling floating it up to Ejiofor, who hands it off underneath. And, he couldn't make the layup. He was wide open. Taken away by Council. Council to Peterson for three. He drains it. And Kansas leading 6-3. 18:03 left to go. Here is St. John's in the form of Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking around. He just jacks up a three. Is by himself, doesn't hit it as it's rebounded by Tiller, who floats it over to Peterson, who's on the far side. Peterson again going right to left as it's a risky pass but handled well. Underneath here to Badunga, who puts it up and can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded there by Mitchell, who's driving down at the logo. Floats it over here to, I believe that is Hopkins. Hopkins with a three, and that's good. Hopkins was just chilling, waiting, and decided to shoot it anyway as no one would come open. All right, Kansas moving fast as here is White on the near corner. Now floats it back over to Council as he's driving inside, kicks it back out to White, and White stepped out of bounds. He's asking, I don't know what White is trying to appeal there for, but regardless, St. John's ball. Again, appreciate you, Ricky, for tuning in. Appreciate you, Michelle. You're going to with Kansas. Gotcha. Appreciate you, Michelle, for tuning in. Rick Pitino wasn't St. John's coach. I would be for them. Yeah, that's fair. St. John's playing sloppy. They both are, both with some turnovers. Again, appreciate you, Michelle, for tuning in as St. John's is with it on the far side as he floats it into Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking around, kicks it out here for three. That's good. And that one was Sellers. As St. John's leading 9-6, all field goals. A kicker special here. Council now with it as he slowly makes his way up the courts. Crossing half court. Again, 16:41 to play and counting. As Council looking for a teammate. Finds one in White, who's just going to settle down. Trying to clear it out. White by himself. Floats it over to Council on the far side. As Council driving inside, stepping back, fadeaway jumper is going to be too short, rebounded by Ejiofor, who will float it to Darling. Darling on the far side going left to right. Darling inside here to Ejiofor. Ejiofor spinning inside in the lane, looking, and it's tipped and blocked and taken away by Kansas. Here is Trey White coming up the courts. On the far side, going right to left, hands it off to Council. Oh, Council's pass intercepted. Intercepted by St. John's, puts it up and gets the friendly roll. St. John's leading 11-6. Here is Kansas. Peterson with it, driving inside, trying to do something in the lane. Kicks it out to Council, who drives it himself. Puts it, it's blocked, and it's last touched by St. John's, and that is going to be an official TV timeout. Still Kansas ball. St. John's leading 11-6 after the first commercial break. That's going credit. St. John's better when he got 6,000. That's crazy, man. Oh, gosh. Credit. Well, hopefully you have a lot of credit there because, geez, good luck, credits. Pulling for you in your bets. But, yeah, that is tough. Pull for everybody in their bets, by the way. It's not just you. But, yeah, good luck. Appreciate it. Again, thank you very much, Michelle. You're very well. Yeah, thank you again. First time ever betting on anything, but 8 picks, all should hit if your research is right. Well, that's the thing with sports, man. You never know what can happen. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, no kidding, Steven. You're about 10 points. I know. I'm still behind you. This game is going to be big, by the way. I'm just letting you know. I don't want to reveal it yet. But this game has major bracket implications for my bracket. I'm not kidding. So, yeah, again, neutral party, but just for my bracket's sake, yes, I am pulling for somebody. But again, it's not the end of the world, right? But for my bracket's sake, it could be. You got St. John's. Appreciate you, Caleb, for tuning in. How's it going, Jay? Good to see you once again. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Michelle said, getting going. Yeah, no, Kansas started off okay, and then now they've kind of went cold. Good to see you, Rec. Good to see you once again. You really need Kansas to win. Gotcha. Yeah, again, there's no other games happening right now. That will start in about an hour. Tennessee and Virginia. That could be a good one. Again, Virginia has these, early exits, it seems like almost every single year. So that could be a sneaky good game to watch. Iowa, Florida, that one starts in about 2 hours. And then, of course, I'll be doing Utah State and Arizona to conclude my night for sure. By the way, I saw this earlier. Look at this. Okay, well, you can't find anything there. Don't look at that. I mean, you can't look at that. It's not like it's bad, but anyway, there you go. Only 2 perfect brackets remaining. So, yeah, everyone's kind of just fallen off a cliff, I guess. I mean, that's just the way it goes, right? But it doesn't appear there'll be many perfect brackets going into the Sweet 16, if any, because we still got plenty of games happening tonight, and you never know how stuff can go. Yin Yang's got St. John's. Gotcha. St. John's got in the bag. We'll see. You know a thing or two. All right. We'll see. I appreciate your credit. Good luck, man. Good luck. Good luck with you and your bet and all that good stuff. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, we're just getting started here as... again, it's 11 to 6. Looks like we're getting back from commercial break. That's always good. But it looks like, again, Kansas ball. They got to get something going. You have 7,300 pennies on Kansas. So hopefully you do well with that $73 there. Appreciate you, Bear, for tuning in. All right. Well, I thought we were coming back. I mean, we kind of are, but we're taking a while as we got to do an interview. All right, Kansas is going to be inbounding the ball again. They're on the St. John's end. Oh, and he loses the ball. Taken away by St. John's. Ejiofor going to slow it down as he hands it off. Again, the numbers are they're blending in with the jersey, so I do apologize. It's going to take a while here, as now it's with Darling on the far side, as he's at the logo. Going left to right. Darling hands it off to Ejiofor underneath. Looking, kicks it out to Hopkins. Hopkins to Darling for 3. That's an air ball. And that's... will be Kansas ball. Utah State to shock the world. It's going to be an interesting game. I think it could be a sneaky good game. I don't know if they're going to flat out win, but I think that's going to be a good one as well. But I do think this is the game of the day. We'll see, though. Kansas, no points in the last 3 minutes. They got to get it going here as Council with it at the logo. Again, going right to left is Kansas, and now there's a foul underneath. And I believe that was on Mitchell for St. John's. You can see the Jayhawks winning today. Well, we'll see. You're running with Florida and Virginia. Okay. My national champion is Michigan. Like I said, this match has major implications for my bracket, as this is going to be inbounded but deflected out of bounds. So it's going to remain with Kansas. Again, 15:07 left to go in the first. 11 to 6 is your score. Kansas with the inbound. Council. And again, it's going to be deflected out of bounds. St. John's won't let him inbound the pass. Kansas coach just not happy with what he's seeing. All right, once again, inbounding. And they're able to get it in. Here's White at the logo. Hands it off to Council. Again, going right to left. Finding Peterson. Peterson for 3. It's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Hopkins, who floats it over to Mitchell, who kicks it out. Looking around, trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Hopkins. Hopkins for 3. It's going to be too strong. And, there's going to be a foul. And what are they going to call it? Trying to see who the foul was on. They're going to call it on... Actually, I have no idea. I think it's going to be on Kansas. Couldn't tell you the number. There's still 2 perfect brackets. Yeah, just 2. Yeah, no, there's been a lot of wildness. All right, St. John's with the inbound again, up by 5. Floats it out to Hopkins, who bounce passes inside. Oh, loses the ball, and there's going to be another foul on Kansas. Kansas coach is losing his mind. He's like, ref, what are you looking at? You bought the acting job, I guess. I don't know. Once again, St. John's will inbound. Let's see. Can't believe I already saw that. The Final Four and championship game should be on CBS. They should be. I don't know if they actually are. But I know they've been that, or that's been the case in the past. I have no idea. Again, they're still reviewing this. Well, not reviewing, but showing the foul. Peterson again saying, no, he didn't touch him. But anyway, St. John's going to inbound it underneath the basket. Kicks it out. Wide open 3. It's going to be short. Rebounded by St. John's. St. John's hands it off again here to Jackson, who's on the far side. He's going to look around. Pump fakes the 3. Kicks it out here to Hopkins, Hopkins at the logo. Bounce pass, and it's going to be a kicked ball off of Peterson. So many whistles here on this possession alone. Yeah, I'm getting the vibe here from Texas A&M and Houston, but this one should be a closer game. All right, St. John's with it again, for what it's worth, as he jacks up a three. That's going to be too short. Rebounded by St. John's. Jackson jacks up a three. That one rolls in. All right, 14-6. That possession is finally over. That took about a minute. 14:04 and counting. Kansas needs to inbound it. They got to inbound it, and they're going to call a timeout. With 14:01, Kansas, the coach over there is just irate. Patino saying that was 5 seconds. He's saying it was 5 seconds. No, the referee's saying it's 4.9. Come on, points. Appreciate you, Bootlicker, for tuning in. I feel like every game was pretty chalky, personally, with one exception. Go St. John's. Appreciate you for tuning in. And I feel like it's going to be a good game. Bootlicker going with the Gators. Like Iowa State and... Oh, wow. Yeah. I think Arizona will smack UT. I don't think it'll be a smack. No way. Utah State is pretty good. They are an underrated team. But we'll see. Again, we'll see tonight. I'll be covering the game as well. So, again, if you can't find a stream or don't have the channel, I'll be able to cover it for you. No problem. That'll be right after this game. I don't know how much time I'll have in between, but, you know, I'll just hope for the best. That'll have a little bit of breathing room. But, again, nothing else is really happening. Nothing across the college basketball world. Tennessee, Virginia is supposed to start in about 30 minutes. So, again, I'll be able to provide updates on that every now and then during commercial break. But other than that, I don't know. We might get Iowa and Florida starting at the end of this game. But, yeah, outside of that, there's really nothing else to update you guys on. Again, hopefully your brackets are doing well. Again, so far so good for me. But, as I'm at 98%. But like I said, this bracket has major implications. Or this game has major implications for me. And I do have Michigan winning it all. If any of you guys did a women's bracket, I did fill one out as well. I'm doing well over there, 95.6%. Still looking pretty good. But yeah, like I said, this game has major implications. You're in Utah. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I guess you would know a little bit more than I would. I think Arizona rolls. I want to go to Utah this summer. Okay, well, I guess have fun over there. But again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, just kind of waiting for a commercial break to conclude. As, yeah, we're just chilling. Again, it's been all St. John's so far. It really hasn't looked good for Kansas, only mustering up 6 points in 6 minutes. As St. John's is on an 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That's just not gonna cut it for the Jayhawks. Kansas shooting 2 for 8 from the field, 25%. All right, looks like we're working our way back again. 14-6 is your score. You're in Utah to... Oh, okay, look at that. All right, we are again back, and we'll see if Kansas can get anything going, because it's been all St. John's. 14:01 left to go in the first half as they inbound it here to Council, who's at the logo. Again, no points for Kansas last over 4 minutes as he kicks it out to Peterson. Peterson beyond the arc, trying to find a teammate, finds one in Tiller. Tiller now to Council, inside, looking around. Floater is going to be blocked, and then it's stuffed at the rim, but then he is fouled. And they will give Imbia some free throws. And Imbia, checking into the game, didn't really play much during the regular season, or at least didn't score much, 1.1 points a game, but played a lot in the first game. Yeah, again, watch the spoilers to their credit. Yeah, that is a big deal. So that is your warning. That is your warning, but another one, and then you're out of here. So I don't want to do it, but we got to do it. Misses the first. Let's see here. Oh, pardon me, he made the first. I apologize. What am I talking about? All right, NBA with the second. That one is no good. Rebounded by St. John's. Again, 14-7 football score as he floats it over here. As here comes St. John's. This is Mitchell at the logo as he's driving in the lane looking. Oh, and he loses the ball, and they're going to call a foul. He was about to throw it down with authority. He was just, again, cocking the arm. But that would have been pretty wild to witness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was a little bit too much. So he will go to the line. Mitchell is a 51% free throw shooter. Let's see. Good to see you, DJ. Appreciate you for tuning in, as that one's going to be too strong. St. John's go deep as they beat UConn. Yep. Again, good to see you, DJ. He's going with the Jayhawks. Do you have winning the Virginia? I have Virginia winning. You'll tell some nice scenery. Drive for a living. Oh, wow. That's cool. As he actually misses both. All right, Kansas with an opportunity. Again, they're down 7, 13-24 and counting. As here we go. This is Jackson here for Kansas. Missed their last 5 field goals. They have not scored a basket. That's not a free throw. As Peterson go to the rim and can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by St. John's. Here is Hopkins driving down, going left to right. Hopkins in the lane, spinning, looking, hands it off. Oh, and he loses the ball, taken away by Kansas. Jackson steals it away as he's at the logo, going to the far side, kicks it to Peterson. Peterson inside, kicks it back out to White for 3. It's going to be too short, rebounded by St. John's. St. John's racing down, driving inside, hands it back over, as that's for 3 for St. John's. That's going to be a little bit short and knocked out of bounds. Going to be Kansas ball. And again, I do apologize. The numbers for St. John's are just, from a distance, I really can't see the numbers at all, like with the way they are with the jersey. So I do feel bad about that. Doc will ban you. I will say goodbye. I hate to do it, but you just got to do it. Appreciate you, Trey, for tuning in. Bet $25 in St. John's. All right, we'll see you there, John. Good luck. Peterson tanking the game. Well, hey, he's not warm yet. Inbound pass is going to be off the legs of Kansas, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, my God, unbelievable. And the coach immediately getting a player up. Bounce pass off of Jackson's legs. I don't know what that was all about, and yeah, we're going to see a change there. I don't know if Jackson or the inbounder is going to go out. White. We'll see. Again, Kansas has struggled. Kansas actually hasn't made a two-pointer yet. Their 2 shots were 3-pointers. Kicks it out here. St. John's driving inside. Hands it off here to Hopkins. Floater's good. 16-7. Not looking good for Kansas, as here's Peterson making his way up the court. 12-27 left to go in this one, as he's on the far side now, coming to the near side again, going right to left. Peterson in the lane, puts it up. He is fouled and can't get the friendly roll, but he will go to the line for a couple, as Peterson is an 83% free throw shooter. Put some respect on the Big East. Yep, Big East basketball is pretty good. Peterson, 28 points in his first round game against California Baptist. Right now, just, again, a little slow start, really for everybody, not just him. Peterson looking to add to this, and no, he cannot. They will stay at 7 for the moment. Bulicker, a big St. John's fan, apparently. Did not know that. Arizona, Utah State game. Yep. We'll be doing that one after this, as Peterson does make the second. 16-8. Kansas again down by 8. St. John's really controlling the game. They've done a really good job of shutting down Kansas, and we'll see if Kansas can get back. But right now, it's all the Red Storm. Here is Mitchell. Mitchell over here to Prey. Prey bounce pass over to Ejiofor, who hands it off here to Jackson. Jackson with it beyond the arc. Back over here to Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking around. He hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell in the lane. Floater's going to be an air ball. I don't know how you do that, but St. John saves it. Oh, what effort, but it's taken away by Kansas. Kansas with an opportunity to slam it. No, he missed the wide open dunk. Taken away by St. John's for 3. It's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Tiller. Oh, Kansas has played so bad. It's actually, oh my goodness, it's shocking. As here's Council, kicks it out to Tiller. Tiller hands it off to Jackson. Jackson, two Jacksons there. Jackson for each team. As Council with it in the lane looking, floats it up, and it was tipped. And it's going to be saved by Kansas somehow. 6 left to shoot. Inside here to Council. 5, 4, he puts it up and can't get the bounce as it's rebounded by the Red Storm. 11-10 and counting. St. John's all over it. As here is Mitchell driving the lane. Hands it off to Prey. Prey kicks it back out to Ejiofor, to Jackson, to Mitchell for 3. That's going to be short and rebounded by St. John. St. John somehow comes away with it. That's a 3. That is short. Rebounded by St. John's. Kicks it out again. Now driving the lane. He puts it up and can't get it at all. Kansas now with it. Here is Council. Just chilling. Beyond the arc. And they probably all need to chill out, to be honest with you, after that. All right, here is Tiller. Tiller in the lane. Puts it up and can't get it. Rebounded by St. John's. Oh, my goodness. 10-27 and counting. St. John's driving inside, puts it up, and can't get the friendly roll. It's tipped in the air and taken by Kansas. Kansas with an opportunity, and he slams it, gets it this time. He gets the wide open duck on the second time, 16-10. This game so far is drunk, and I didn't think that was possible for basketball, but here we are. Here we go. Ejiofor with it beyond the arc. Hands it off here to Jackson. Jackson finding Mitchell driving inside. Hands it off here to Sannon. Sannon back over to Mitchell. Mitchell driving inside. Kicks it out here to Ejiofor for 3. It's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Kansas. And here is Jackson for Kansas. He's telling everyone to chill out as he's driving in the lane. Kicks it out. This is Tiller. Tiller in the lane. Looking, spinning, off the glass, too strong, and it's rebounded by St. John's. 9:30 and counting. This is a pretty long time with no TV timeout. I mean, it's a nice change of pace. Jackson just chilling now, floating it over to Prey. Prey over here as he finds Sannon. Sannon over here to Mitchell on the near side again, going left to right, finding Prey. Prey back to Mitchell. Mitchell thinks about the 3, shoots the 3. That's an air ball. What in the world? Rebounded by Council, driving inside, puts it up, and gets the friendly roll, 16-12. 8:58 and counting, and looks like Pitino's going to call a timeout with 8:55 left to go in the first. Pitino ripping Jackson. What in the world is going on? 16-12. Everyone was missing shots. I mean, that is unbelievable. And again, if you don't believe me, the shooting percentages for each team. St. John's at 26%, Kansas at 25%. It is a mid-off. All right, let's see what we got here. He needs 35 points, created the small parlay with Virginia and St. John's to the final legs. Okay, good luck. Good luck in the running. All right, what's we got? St. John's beat UConn. Yeah, they did. They did. Missed a wide open dunk. It happened. It really did happen. UConn also blew out St. John's. Yeah, they did. That I covered that one. That was not a pretty game. You won the Pirates game? I have no idea. I don't think they did well. Again, the Pirates, I mean, the spring training doesn't really matter. Yeah, they lost 5-3. First game for them, of course, is Thursday. Air ball. I know. We're not seeing some good shooting. This has been really shocking, to say the least. As, well, I mean, this is a cool game in its own way, to be honest with you. But, yeah, not in the way I was thinking it would be, as far as, like, the quality game. But appreciate you guys again for hanging out in this one. I mean, say what you want about it. It is fun. It is definitely a fun game. It really is. But yeah, this is great. And I will gladly take it. Again, Tennessee and Virginia starting in about 20 minutes. So that's probably going to tip off around halftime, maybe even a little prior. Does a dunk attempt count as a shot? Yes, it's a shot from the field. It is a shot. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in. This one's been, again, not the greatest game in the world, but, again, with that being said, it actually is kind of the greatest game. It's reminding me, again, if you were here for my Miami and Texas A&M game for football, everyone remembers that being like a 10-7 game. I thought it was a great game with all the with all the bad gameplay, with all the bad kicks, the missed kicks, the fumbles, the interceptions, all that. That was fun. I genuinely enjoyed that. I think that was probably one of the most enjoyable games. And everyone in the comments were like, oh my gosh, this game stinks. But no, this is kind of giving that vibe here. This is giving that vibe. So maybe that's just the way it'll go. Maybe it's going to end like 55-50. Maybe. Probably not. These guys will definitely heat up for sure. So, go Jayhawks. Mr. Wade. You know, it's funny, Mr. Wade. We're now in round 2, and you've probably noticed a lot of streams get taken down. So the fact that you're asking at this point, not really putting 2 and 2 together, that is amazing, Mr. Wade. You are a special person. You are definitely special. And I mean that in whatever way you think I mean it. All right, St. John's going to be inbounding it here on the far side. Again, going left to right as he inbounds it here to Darling. Darling with it on the near side. Hands it off to Ejiofor. Hands it back over to Sellers. Sellers back over to Ejiofor. Ejiofor pump fakes. He's looking around, trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Sellers. Sellers back over to Hopkins. Driving inside, spinning, looking. Hook shot is going to be short. Rebounded by Kansas. Kansas on the near side. This is Jackson again. Kansas down by 4. Finding Council. Council's at the logo just chilling. As Council just going to wait. He's covered by Darling. Back over to Peterson. Peterson on the near side. And he gets, no foul somehow. Peterson spinning around, kicks it back out to Council. Council at the logo. Double teamed. As Council, 5 to shoot. Looking, kicks it out for a long 2. That's good. That was Badunga with the 2. 16-14. Been a while since we've seen Kansas only down by 2. Again, they had a rough start to this one. As St. John's with it. This is Darling. Darling back over to the far side. Ejiofor underneath. Looking around. Kicks it out to Hopkins. Hopkins looking around. Covered by Badunga. Hopkins driving inside in the lane. Looking. Now he's going to float back out. As he bounce pass here to Ejiofor for a long 2. That's going to be short and rebounded by Kansas with an opportunity to tie the game. Here is Council on the far side. Driving inside. Looking. And there was a foul. Non-shooting. And we might be going to a TV timeout. 16-14 St. John's. Up by 2. Let's see here. 51-50. 51-50? 51-50? 51-50? Are you talking about the final score, potentially? I don't remember what I said. Mr. Wayne, yeah, I don't. It's nonsense. Took St. John's for 75 points. Oh, Elliott, no. Oh, gosh. Well, I mean, again, if the second half is a little bit different, right? But right now, I mean, these guys, I don't know if they woke up. They are still asleep. Like I said, both teams are in the 20%. Yeah, Kansas at 29% from the field. St. John's 24%. I mean, this is unbelievable. Man. Vegas, how's it going? It's been a while. Yes, it has. It has. Good to see you, man. Yeah, no, hopefully you're enjoying the play-by-play. This game, honestly, I think it's a good game. I know, I'm ready for football. Obviously, it's going to be a while. It's just the way it goes. But, again, folks, if you're a football fan, that's where the channel is at its best. The NFL, college football, of course. But yeah, no, again, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Again, obviously I'm covering more, college basketball, but, it's more in the off season. I mean, it's only for a few weeks with the tournament. But, yeah, and again, I'll be doing another game tonight, Arizona, Utah State. But, again, if you're a football fan, and, again, even if you're a fan of the Cardinals, Titans, I bring them up all the time because not a lot of fans. But, again, I do cover everybody at least once. So make sure, again, to subscribe to the channel, folks. It is free to do so. Think of it more as a follow, like on X or on Instagram or whatnot. Don't think of it as a subscription. Think of it more as a follow. JV, appreciate you for tuning in. Go Redmond. Yeah, well, I guess you're talking about the Red Storm, but yeah, they're looking okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's really looking good, but they're in the lead, so you have that. Appreciate you, Hammer, for tuning in. 5150 final score. Gotcha. 5150 is a police code. Oh, I did not know that. It seems like you might. Yeah, I do. I actually do. Like 10-3 if it's really. If I don't know, something about that. I can like. Both teams are playing sloppy ball. They are. Happy you took the under. I am not awesome. I appreciate it, though. Who do you like in Purdue versus Texas? Purdue. I would go with Purdue. But that is just me. As Hammer says, Texas. Again, Texas is they're on fire. They've won 3 games in the last 6 days. So, they have that underdog mentality. And that's always tough to beat. All right, we're back here, and again, San Diego. If you wanted an offensive shootout, well, too bad. I guess these teams did not really feel that way. As again, St. John 6 for 25 from the field, Kansas 5 for 17. So, like I said, you're going to get a low-scoring game, and you're going to like it. Texas luck will run out, possibly. 1510 was your telephone number. Okay, interesting. Gotcha. All right, again, 16-14 as Kansas, again, it's been a little bit since they've been in the league, and that was, I think, the first bucket of the game. But since then, no, it's been all St. John's, but the chance to tie it up. 7:26 and counting. Here is Peterson at the logo. Peterson looking around on the near side as he hands it off to Council. Council at the logo, kicks it out here to Jackson. Jackson driving in the lane. Looking, floaters, good, and he tied it up. 16-16. 7:05 left to go here in the first half. We got a low-scoring one. As here is, I believe that is Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking for Darling, finds him. Darling trying to clear it out as he's driving in, kicks it back out. That's for 3. It's going to be 2. Oh, it rolls in. Oh, no way. But there was a foul. There was a foul on Kansas while the shot was in the air. It wasn't on the shooter. It went straight. I don't know how that did. I don't know how that rolled in. Went straight up in the air and this just came back down. So I'm assuming the ball's going to stay with St. John's. That is not good. Well, regardless, it's not good for Kansas anyway. So, yeah, they get the shot and another opportunity as they put up a 3. That's going to be rebounded by St. John's as Ejiofor kicks it out to Hopkins. Hopkins, jab step. Looking back over to Ejiofor in the lane. Pump fakes. Hands it off to Darling. Darling for 3. That's going to be short and rebounded by Kansas. As Mbia hands it off to Council. Going on the far side. Again, going right to left is Kansas. Left to right is St. John's. Council back over to Mbia. Mbia to Peterson. Peterson at the logo, driving inside, kicks it back out to Council for 3. It's going to be off. Rebounded by Kansas, puts it up, gets the bucket and the foul. As Mbia will go to the line to complete the 3-point play. All right, what do we got? Rock Chalk. Purdue with the spread or without? I don't know what the spread is. 7.5? I would take Purdue with the spread. All right, here we go. Again, a chance to tie the game. Now it's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Ejiofor. Ejiofor hands it off to Darling. Darling back over to the far side as he's driving inside, looking, trying to find a teammate. As Ejiofor now with it in, it's blocked, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to say goaltending, or Ejiofor saying goaltending. I don't know if they're going to give it to him. They are not. Ejiofor will go to the line for 2, and he is a 72% free throw shooter. Let's see here. Despite the lack of shooting, this game is pretty entertaining. Yeah. Small state on parlay. Okay. Hammer doesn't care about the spread, but yeah, some people do care about it. Yeah, me, I'm just a straight-up guy, I don't really bet myself. But again, pull for you guys and your bets. I'm all about the result, though. Love to watch some prison rules, this guy. How's it going, Cinnamon? Yes, it is a close game. That was not the case with with Houston, Texas A&M. That game made me think a lot of things. All right, Peterson going to inbound it here for Kansas. Oh, and he throws it out of bounds. Oh, there was heavy defense. Kansas coach can't believe it. Like, what are you doing? Oh, my goodness. That was not ideal there as he just threw it out of bounds. St. John's ball again. They're up by 3. That is 6 turnovers for Kansas as Darling jacks up a 3. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by St. John, slamming it in. No problem, 23-18. His turnover led to points as Peterson looking around, and he's going to inbound it. Oh, risky, but he's able to complete the pass back over to Peterson. Peterson on the far side as St. John's kind of pressing. As this is Badunga. Hook shot is good. What a shot by Badunga. Not much height, but it was on point. 23-20 is your score. Here is Darling, 5:27 and counting. Floats it over here to Mitchell. Mitchell beyond the arc as he finds Ejiofor. Hands it off to Darling yet again. Thought about the 3. Driving inside. Kicks it to Ejiofor. Ejiofor with it in the lane. Kicks it out to Hopkins for 3. Too strong as it's rebounded by Kansas, who floats it up in the air before it goes out of bounds. Nice save as Peterson now with it on the near side. Again going right to left. Beyond the arc. Peterson driving in the lane. Looking. Oh, it's stripped. Looking for a foul, and they call it late. And Patino's going to have a word for him. That was definitely a late call. That was a reach in there by, I think, Ludopoulos, maybe? I don't know. He's checked into the game for a little bit. Sorry, Penguins lost the Hurricanes. Yeah, it's rough. They're missing Council. This guy, yeah, Council's missing. Let's see here. Just bet super small. Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. Red Storm winners. I guess so. All right, Kansas going to inbound underneath their own baskets as he's trying to find a teammate. Bounce pass here to Badunga. Driving inside. Badunga puts it up and can't get it as it's going out of bounds. Saved, though, by Kansas. Nice play. Oh, but he throws it away as he throws it back, and they're going to do a backcourt violation. Kansas coach can't believe it again. So many turnovers by Kansas. 7 now. This is... Like I said, I mean, again, just not the best game in the world, but it's very entertaining. A lot of stuff crazy stuff's happening. And they're very fortunate that, the other team is also having a really bad day, as this is definitely not the cleanest game, but very much entertaining. All right, St. John's going to be inbounding it here underneath their own baskets. As I believe this is Jackson trying to find a teammate. Oh, and it goes out of bounds. Who was it touched by? They were saying Kansas. I don't know. I didn't think that was the case, but they're going to say it stays with St. John's. You got St. John's one. Appreciate you, Christopher, for tuning in. All right, Hopkins bounce pass over here to Ibinye Ayo. Now back over to Ejiofor. Ejiofor hands it off. This is Jackson looking around. Kicks it out here to Hopkins. Jab step. Driving the lane. Kicks it out here to Jackson. Oh, Jackson took his eye off the ball. It's going to be a backcourt violation again. What in the world? Patino is losing his mind. He's like, what are you doing? Do you not know how to catch a basketball? Apparently they don't. This game is unbelievable. Jeez. All right, Kansas going to be inbounding it here again, going right to left. Council on the logo, 4:28 and counting as he's driving inside. Council, oh, he loses the ball, but somehow it's still with Kansas. Now it's going to be with St. John's, and now they call a foul out of nowhere. That was a reach in there by Council. He was just dribbling, and then he slung it towards the backboard. I don't know, he lost it, then he slung it up towards the backboard. Kansas somehow with it. Then he loses the ball, finding a St. John. I don't know. This is just crazy. 4:22 left to go in the first half. And I think both teams' locker rooms are about to be very intense in about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, St. John's with it. This is Ejiofor at the point. Floats it inside, floats it to a cameraman out of bounds as that is going with Kansas. Unbelievable. Another turnover. I can't wait to check up on the chat after this. This is unbelievable. It's been a while since we had a commercial break. I want to try to get to the chat, but unfortunately, the game is just... It's happening here. Bedunga floats it over here to McDowell. McDowell checking in here for Kansas. McDowell over there to Council on the far side, going right to left. Hands it off to Peterson on the far side. Peterson floats it over to Tiller, who finds McDowell again. 3:50 and counting to 8 left on the shot clock, finding Peterson. 6 left to shoot. Peterson, step back, looking. Kicks it out here to Council for 3. It's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Ejiofor, who floats it to Darling. Darling driving inside in the lane, puts it up, and can't get the foul or the buckets. Rebounded by Peterson on the far side. 3:28 and counting. Peterson driving inside. Fadeaway jumper is going to be too short. Rebounded again by Ejiofor, who floats it over to Mitchell. 3:16 and counting as he hands it off. Trying to find a teammate. Finding Ejiofor yet again. Spinning around. Puts it up. Blocked. But St. John's still with it. Hook shot is good. It's been a while since I changed the score. 25-20. 3 minutes and counting as McDowell going to be inbounder for Kansas. St. John's doing a little bit of a press. Finding Council. They beat the press. Council driving inside. Lays it in. That was the easiest 2 points I've ever seen. Just a straight line to the basket. No defense. 25-22. 2:45 and counting as St. John's with it yet again. Ejiofor over there to the far side. I believe this is... Actually, I have no idea. I can't see a number. As Ejiofor again, he's back with it at the point. Finding Mitchell. 2:30 and counting. 10 left to shoot. Darling. Oh, it's blocked! Peterson with the block! Peterson taking it down, and he's stripped, and he's fouled. 2:25, folks. As Peterson is on the ground. All right, let me go and check while we have potential injury timeouts. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see. Rock, paper, scissors. Saw that one. Face mask on. Yeah, face mask, right? You got St. John's? Okay, saw that one. So, yeah, we are doing a commercial break. 2:25 and counting, folks. 25-20. Yeah, it's a crazy game. That's why Jayhawks need to step out. They both do. Fiction, non-fiction book, I don't know. I'd have to, maybe another day. Kansas, sorry. Appreciate you, Ryan, for tuning in. Kentucky turned the ball over 20. Yeah, they both, well, I mean, this game, it's they've combined it in the first half. Let's see. Go, Kansas. Appreciate you, AJ, for tuning in. Appreciate you, Duff, for new sub. Appreciate you, man. Well, again, this is a crazy game, so that's why it's more exciting. Shout out from Hobbs, New Mexico. Appreciate you, Jose, for tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, this game is pretty wild. Got to see Darren Patterson as a freshman. Oh, he's pretty good. He is pretty good. I thought it was Peterson, but yeah. Let's see, dust in the wind. It is wild. Did they grease the ball? I don't know, but I'm glad they did. If they did do that, that is really fun. Lost other skills, yeah. Chiefs talking to Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan's a bum. I said it. How's it going, Tris? Good to see you. Appreciate you for tuning in. Third and Juan. Horrible counselor. He's terrible. Let's see. Go Kansas again. Appreciate you, Ricky, again for tuning in. Thank you, guys. This is a crazy game. It is wild. Low scoring affair. Okay. All right, Trisk. Chill. Chill there. The locker room is definitely going to hear a lot. Yeah, no. I mean, they're both going to be screaming. Let's see. KC gets out of runners. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. This is pretty crazy. I mean, this game is officially drunk as nobody knows how to hold on to the ball. Nobody can really shoot. Kansas, I guess, has gotten a little bit better, but, you know, they haven't been able to shoot the ball because they're too busy turning the ball over, as they're shooting 35% from the field. St. John's 26%. But again, Kansas with 7 turnovers. I mean, they have more rebounds than St. John's, yet they have 8 fewer shots. What a game. This is wow. I mean, again, this is pretty excitable. Oh my goodness. Again, appreciate you. Got 2 Jose's in the chat. Appreciate you. Harlem anti. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like whatever the Globetrotters normally do. This is the anti. These guys are the Washington Generals, or yeah, I think that's what they're called. The other team. This is pretty much a game you'd see at your local high school. Your local, you know, your towns of about 2,000 people. Their schools rivalry. There you go. Yeah, that's what you're happening here. By the way, Tennessee, Virginia is starting. Tennessee leading 6-2 over Virginia. That one, of course, just beginning. 18 minutes left to go in the first. Let's see here. Tetris. Yeah, Trisk likes Tetris, I think. Like 60 likes. Thank you, guys. That's a lot already. My goal is 50. It's probably because of all the goofiness. So, again, the game's kind of helping me out here. Appreciate you guys, though. Peterson at the line is an 83% free throw shooter. As this is a 1-and-1 opportunity, he does hit the first, making a 2-point game. Check the air pressure. I don't know. Who do you have winning the tournament? I have Michigan. Matthew, appreciate you for tuning in. As there is the second. That one is good. 25-24, 1-point game. As we'll see if the play will clean up. As here is Sellers bringing up the court. This Prey now with it. Prey dishing it out over to Hopkins. Hopkins on the far side. Hopkins looking for a teammate, trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking as he finds, I think this is Sannon. Yeah, but it is Sannon. Sannon kicks it out to Prey. Prey, wide open three. That's good. And it's 25-24. Once again, a football score, 156. And counting. He's got to get rid of it. He floats it over to Council. Council beating the press. Now he's going to slow it down. 150 left to go in the first half. Plenty of time, of course, to shoot as he's just chilling. Council trying to find a teammate. Finds one in White. White at the point. White going to the far side. Finding Peterson. Peterson. He almost went back court. Oh, and they're going to call a backcourt. So he did go back for it, court, and looks like the referee trying to explain to the Kansas coach. Or maybe they're calling a double dribble, I guess. I don't know. Let me get some water here for the voice. Regardless, that's another Kansas turnover, as St. John's will have it. As this is Sannon. Sannon at the logo finding Hopkins, who passes back to Sannon. Sannon jacks up a three. That's good. 31-24. St. John's looking like they might be heating up, as that is going to be a Kansas timeout with 1:18 left to go in the first. Again, Kansas down by 7. St. John's with the lead. Oh, my gosh. Knox still drinking the haterade on their beloved Chiefs. I don't hate the Chiefs. I just don't want them to win anymore. Washington General's the name of the former Redskins team. No, that's the Commanders. It's worse. St. John's, we had 75. Yeah, I can see it now. Kind of. If you double it, 62, but usually you see more scoring in the second half. Let's see here. Kentucky finished 22-14. Yeah, that's not good. For Kentucky, anyway. Everyone but Chiefs fans hate the Chiefs. It's not the case. Let's see. It's your pick, Michigan, but this tournament is crazy. Yeah. And we got a stream for this? I don't know. If they do, they're probably watching along. Again, this is on CBS, so if you have local stations, you can catch the game. All right, 31-24. As Kansas trying to inbound it, he does in the form of Council. Council taking it up slowly. 113 and counting. Chilling at the logo. Looks like Mbia is going to help set the pick. No, Council's going to go up and lays it in, no problem. 31-26. 5-point game. Here is St. John's. Going to the far side. Driving inside, puts it up, and can't get the friendly roll, and he's going to get fouled. And he will go to the line. I believe it's a 1-and-1. Kansas playing. Yeah, they're not playing good, Steven. Thank you, Evils, who made the Chiefs and them. I don't know about all that. Hey, the Chiefs for no reason? I guess hate. I don't know. I'm definitely not hating. I just think people are soft. If that makes Chiefs fans soft, oh well. I don't want them to win anymore. Oh, you're hating. Oh, I guess you're soft. Anyway, Ejiofor does make the first free throw. Again, a 72% free throw shooter. I guess I figure I'm covering a Kansas game. They play in Missouri. They don't even like your state. Anyway, it's whatever. 32-26 as Ejiofor at the line releases. That one is good. Touchdown game, folks. 33-26. as White floats it over to Council. Council racing down. Council driving the lane. Puts it up off the glass. Can't get the front of the roll. Rebounded by St. John's. As it looks like he's going to slow it down. 45 seconds. Kicks it out to the corner. Driving inside. Sandin puts it up. Can't get it. Rebounded by Ejiofor. He puts it up. It's blocked. And he's fouled. And Ejiofor will go to the line again. I believe it's another 1-and-1 opportunity. As again, a 72% free throw shooter. Hate the Patriots. Yeah, I don't like the Patriots and the Chiefs. Yeah, the Patriots will, yeah. You're going to show it? I don't know what you're implying there, but this is a PG channel, so we're going to go ahead and remove that. All right, Ejiofor again at the line, as that is going to be, no, it's not a 1-on-1, just a regular there, as he does miss the first. Again, a 7-point game. Ejiofor with 8 points, 8 rebounds. He has been a menace for St. John's at the rim. As there is the second. That one is good. 34-26. All right, again, 39 seconds left here in the first half. As Ejiofor is going to check out for a little bit. Looks like McDowell is going to be inbounding for Kansas. McDowell trying to find somebody. All right, now we go. This is with Jackson. Looks like St. John's going to back up a little bit. 23 seconds and counting. He's going to the far side. Jackson inside in the lane. Puts it up. High up the glass. Can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by St. John's. And they're going to slow it down. Patino on the court practically. Telling him to chill out. As Hopkins just going to wait for the last shot. 16 seconds and counting. Heavy defense by Peterson. He's driving inside in the lane. Puts up. He's blocked. And it goes out of bounds off of Kansas. And St. John's with 8 more seconds. I'll catch up on the chat in a moment. LeBron has ended nothing. I don't know what LeBron did. LeBron James Burner. Ah, I see. I gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's what started the whole thing. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Your thoughts on Alabama, Texas Tech? I don't know. It could go either way. I mean, I don't know. Probably Texas Tech. It's going to be close. St. John's inbounding here. Has he... Oh, it's going to be tipped out of bounds yet again. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't even tipped. He flat out just... It fell out of his hands. Patino is losing his mind. Oh, my goodness, a turnover. So Kansas will have a chance to get the final shot. Patino is not happy. Oh, my goodness, what a game. All right, inbounding here to Jackson. 7 left to shoot. Jackson going to the rim. It looks like floats it up. Alley-oop, too strong. Rebounded by St. John's, and that is going to do it. 34-26. This first half has concluded. Patino coaching up his players. All right. Patrick Mahomes overrated. Okay, I don't buy that one there, Clev. Appreciate you, though, for tuning back in. Let's see. Texas Tech. Yeah, it's going to be close. Bills Mafia. Appreciate you, Joe, for tuning in. That was a tough loss to the Broncos, man. That was tough. Kansas like they've never played together. Yeah, it's not looking good. We're going to watch. It's on CBS. It's on CBS. Holmes and Casey are wearing a lot of rings. I mean, I don't talk smack. I just don't want them to win. Again, apparently that's hate now. I don't think that's hate. I'm just like, yeah, they're doing good. I acknowledge they're doing good. That's why I don't want them to win anymore. It's like the Patriots. But like I said, that is hate now. I think people don't know what the definition of hate is. Either his teams can keep up with Duke. Not after today's performance. This has been pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. I hate when this randomly appears on my screen. Like, I wish it would not be a thing. You guys couldn't see it. There we go. I have to click so many different things to clear it. All right, we're going to go over the stats again. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for the first half. Now my computer's acting like a pain in the butt. I like this thing. It's a good computer. Or a laptop, I should say. But anyway. All right, so Mitchell here for this for St. John's. Again, St. John's, it was a rough first half for really both teams. Mitchell with 4 points. Ejiofor with 9. Hopkins also with 9 points. Starling with 0. Sellers with 3 points. Prey with 3 points. Sandin with 3. And Jackson with 3. Again, shooting 29% from the field. 30% from beyond the arc, 25 rebounds. All right, Kansas, 4 points here for Badunga. Council with 6 points. Peterson with 9. Mbio with 3 points. Jackson with 4. Again, they're shooting 34% from the field. And, again, they have just struggled in general. But 9 turnovers by Kansas. That is not going to get it done. 5 by St. John's. All right, what do we got here? Zuby, not falling there. Leo, appreciate you, though, for tuning in. Fell out of his hands. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Is there another Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? I don't think so. Vegas wanted the honor. Apparently, Kansas not playing good right now. They are not, LeBron. They are not. This is not good for Kansas, if you're a Kansas supporter. All right, Tennessee, Virginia, 14-14, 12 minutes to go in the first. That is pretty much it. Again, no other game happening right now. Iowa, Florida will start in about an hour. Utah State, Arizona in about an hour and a half. Duke can fold any point, maybe. These teams, I don't see winning another game after this. It's not looking good. 29-34 shooting, it's terrible. It is not good. It is not good if you had one of these teams making a run. There's no way I would ever do that. I would never have these teams making a run, either one of them. Never. I would never have one of these teams making a run. Oh, wait, I guess I do. So we kind of need a certain team to step it up for the bracket. But oh well. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. All right, again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, it's now kind of just a Q&A at this point as we wait for halftime. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Again, this has been pretty fun to do as we're just growing and growing. Again, if you're an NFL fan, that is where this channel is at its best. So make sure to check back for NFL season, as I'll be doing a lot. Again, also be on for baseball as well to kind of fill out the spring and the summer. But again, also be doing plenty of college basketball in the near future, like, this weekend and even during the week with the Sweet 16 and then the Elite 8. Again, it is free. It is completely free to do so. Back-to-back games are challenging. Yep. Do you follow Max Preps? I mean, just for high school stuff, like for the local high school here. I call games for the local high school football team, so, I mean, just to get research on other teams. But other than that, not really. There was an NBA cream. Yeah, an NFL player there was, yes. Pirates' chances to make the postseason, very slim. I think it's doable, though. They can get the final wildcard spot. Give me 20%. If you can't be an athlete, at least be an athletic supporter. Oh, yeah. You like Texas with the spread? All right, well, hey, good luck. A name of the running back of the Dolphins. Yeah, that was a while back. We're going to see the match at CBS. I don't know what they have it on the, I don't know what country it would be. You would just have to Google that. Yeah. I don't know. They only show the American channels on where we can find the game over here in the States. So appreciate you, though, Ross, for tuning in. Sorry again, you can't. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I know you guys don't have a CBS over there. But CBS on the American stuff. Virginia's taking the lead 20-16. By the way, folks, make sure to check out Sinbin's stream as well, friend of the channel. I'm going to put his link. He covers a lot of hockey, but also has been covering March Madness as well. So, again, if I'm, let's just say for some reason I'm hit by a car and you need more coverage for March Madness, Sinbin's got your back. There you go. Make sure to check out Sinbin. He's actually doing a hockey stream tonight, doing the Buffalo Sabres and the Ducks. I know the Buffalo Sabres do well for us. That's good. That's good. Good stuff. Hopefully that's a good stream. Virginia's up by 4. Yeah, 20-16. Just checked that a few moments ago. I didn't get the supporter. I guess not. Yeah. I'm in streamer mode. I don't dissect things. I just read, try to process if I can, and then that's it. And then I move on. Calling it out. Pirates will make the post. Unbelievable. No, you're probably right, so it's fine. We'll be doing women's tomorrow. Good luck. I don't know if you're going to have the success there, but I'm hoping you do. but from my sources, it's not looking good. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. But good luck. Hopefully it works out. I'm pulling for you, but yeah, I don't think it's going to. But I'll try to tune in. I'll try to tune in, and I'll keep you updated on what I know. Welcome to the Dogs Chiefs Kingdom. This guy, Orville, came back to let us know about the Chiefs. St. Louis team. Yeah, again, I would know at this point. But again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But yeah, again, for football season, it is rocking. It really is. We got, again, streams are popping. Of course, again, we cover everybody, really. Okay. Jockstrap. Oh, this guy. I just saw that. Okay. But yeah, again, we cover everybody. It's not just the Steelers. I know you probably have seen the Steelers stuff, and you're like, oh, another Steelers fan. Yeah, I am a Steeler fan, and you'll just have to get over it. But, again, we do cover everybody else. Unbiased, by the way. Even Steeler games, I am unbiased. In fact, I'm probably ripping the Steelers more than I am cheering for them. But yeah, we cover all 32 teams. Really fun. Again, you can ask me, like, hey, did you cover this team? I'll even tell you the record. I kept up with the records. Again, sometimes, some teams it was just one game. Sometimes it was just two. But again, we do 3 games every Sunday, sometimes 4. We do the Monday night game and Thursday night game. And we were on for Christmas, too. That was a great day for the channel. That's where I think Orville joined on Christmas, or I believe was it your wife that joined on Christmas? A lot of regulars tuning in on Christmas. Again, December was really a great month for the channel. That's when the channel was popping, and definitely was able to accelerate faster once college football playoff, and then of course the end of the NFL season. But yeah, and the Chiefs were 2-1 when I covered their games. Didn't do too many of them. Again, at the beginning of the football season, I wasn't as invested in this, but now I definitely am due to things out of my control, let's just say that. So I'm kind of all in with this. And it's, the potential there. It really is. I'm really pleased with it. Thank you again. Really blessed with the support that I've had here on the channel. And I do appreciate you guys. Even if you're a Chiefs fan, even if you're a Ravens fan, I have a lot of Ravens fans here. Bengals fans, Browns fans, in the running Browns fan. He's been in here in the chat. So, yeah, a lot of different. But anyway, let's see what we got here. Who do you like in Arizona, Purdue? I would pick Arizona. Prefer Rodgers back for the Steelers or someone else? I mean, there's no one else, so it'd be Rodgers for me. Let's see here. NBA, I don't do NBA. No. There's way too many people, 1, that do the NBA. If I do the NBA, it's just for the finals. And then 2, I genuinely don't like the NBA. I love basketball. I really do. That's why I'm doing college. I love college. I've always loved March Madness. I've always loved the intensity of the stadium in a college game. It's awesome. Obviously, March Madness more neutral sites, but still, you can still have crazy crowds. But yeah, I'm not an NBA guy. I do enjoy college, though. I always will. Ronaldo's name was omitted in Portugal's squad. Oh, really? Interesting. Well, I mean, I'm sure he'll play, though. Too many people are reacting. Yeah, that's the way it goes. You're a Chiefs fan. I'm almost sick of them. But your Royals can do no wrong. Yeah, the Royals might do something this year. I could see them. They'll be contending in the AL Central for sure. Played football for Buford High in Georgia. They recently built a $62 million stadium. Yeah, I've seen covering some high school football, man, like in the playoffs. So I cover a really small school, but, whenever it's like playoff time, you go to these high schools, the higher-end high schools, bigger schools. It's like you're going to a college game. It's unbelievable. It's so fancy, but it's a treat, though. They have always nice food in the press box, too. Really nice stuff. Yeah, no problem. Again, Leo, I won't lie to you. I'm not going to cover something that I usually don't like. But again, I might for the finals, NBA finals. I know people have been asking, hey, NBA. Like, if I do it, it's just for the finals. And even then, that's not really a guarantee, to be honest. But probably, to be honest with you. Got to do something. Because the summer months, like I said, anything that's non-football, I don't really have much faith in having, success. This has been a treat. I was hoping to get to 7,000 by opening day subscribers. And honestly, when football season ends, I'm like, honestly, I'll be lucky to get to 6,700. But no, it's been popping. It's been popping. Let's see here. Carrying the Cowboys flag for Cowboy Nation. Yeah, I cover a little bit again. They went 2-2 when I covered their games. They're all right. They'll be competing for the wild card next year probably. NBA is kind of rigged. Probably you're probably right. Yeah, it is. You tune in if you did mud wrestling. Well, I guess I won't see you again, DJ. Royals players did. They did very well in the Classic. Especially in Texas, the high school fields are better than the NFL. I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, I've been very lucky to go to some of these. Again, we go to some of the games will be in Houston, around that area. I mean, just towns outside of Houston that aren't Houston themselves are, we're still pretty much part of Houston. And, oh, my goodness, yeah, some of these places, it's like you got to take an elevator to get to the press box, and it's all fancy. I'm not kidding. We went to this one stadium. Oh, I can't remember where, like Lamarck or something like that, man. And it was like you go up, and it's like a hotel lobby or a hotel room. It was like like a hallway. It was like unbelievable. Like, it was so cool. You get to see some pretty neat things. When's the first time you called any kind of game? First time I called a game would have been 2 years ago for the little high school thing I do. Yes, so I guess August of last year I did, and I ended up doing 11 games. The team I covered didn't go to the playoffs, but I covered a game for another team, and they lost, and that was a fun game, 49-42. That was a really fun game. One team ran the ball a lot. The other team was an air raid. And the other air raid team was the team I didn't cover. They came back. They were down 42-21. They ended up winning 49-20 or 49-42. That was really fun. And then, I think, was it a few months later, I started the channel. It was fun. Let's go Browns. Ugh. I'll see you for September. Let's go, Tennis Girl. Appreciate you for tuning back in. 200 watch him, only 10 likes. Yeah, that sounds about right. Thanks for the acknowledgement. No, I mean, of course. I just don't want them to win. Of course not. But and you're probably a little bit behind there, Orville. Whenever you hear this, just know that you're probably about 10 minutes behind. Houston, Texas. Yep, Houston Texans. Yeah, we'll cover a few of those. Covered. They went 3-2 when I covered the Houston Texans. So I guess that was somewhat positive for them. Chicago Bears. The Bears were 5-4 when I covered them. They were really good. And I think towards the end of the season, they just started falling apart when I covered them. Who encouraged you? So I was kind of inspired by my dad. So when I was little, well, maybe not little, but, about 12, 13 years old, I would accompany my dad. He called games for the local school. He's a teacher at the school, but he was also asked to cover or, be a broadcaster for this little local network that's, covers a bunch of high school teams, and you don't get paid much at all. You get $50 a game, and it's the same rate today as it was back in 2008. But yeah, I would accompany him, and I heard him, and it was so fun. I got to, one, watch football for free, but two, it just, yeah, so part of my style is him, essentially. So I'm a little bit of a mix of my dad and Iron Eagle and Dan Stevens, who is a fake commentator from the NFL 2K video games. So those would be my three broadcaster inspiration. Now, for baseball, it's a little bit different. I don't really have an inspiration there. I do like John Miller, who did a lot of ESPN Sunday Night, and then Greg Brown, who covers the Pirates. But I don't know if I really mimic them well at all. I don't think I do, so I think I'm just more of my own. Let's see here. The round say, yeah, I don't have a Brown. After the state titles, wish they would take number 1 and 2 teams, let them play each other. That'd be pretty cool. Bill Self knows what the Jayhawks basketball team has to do besides. Yeah, they're not doing good. Stingy defense, yeah. And you got to stop turning it over. Yep. Been doing calls for 2 years. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, again, I'm entering year 2 here on YouTube, so definitely really fun. Again, I expect this thing to really pop off, but obviously I got to put in the work. I got to call a lot of things, got to call a lot of games, and, just put my best effort. And obviously, as the channel grows, we'll make investments in it, but it's tough. I mean, I'm not trying to woe is me, but the ad revenue here isn't really all that great. So yeah, I gotta just kind of keep going and hopefully get more viewers and listeners, and hopefully they like it and they sub, and that could potentially, of course, grow the the more subs, you automatically kind of pushed up the feed, but obviously whenever you get more viewers and likes, then it'll push you up even more if you're competing. Obviously, like I'm competing against Tom Grossi and Football Nation, all these other bigger guys are going to get their viewers. But obviously, I've been able to kind of compete with bigger channels, channels that are bigger than me. I've been able to out view, it's partly because, of course, the community here is awesome. And they press that like button. That like button is really helpful. Like, Jaguar Gator, again, he's great. He's the inspiration to starting the channel. But, like, his community, they don't press the like button. So that's how I'm able to even actually outshine him. Now, he's going to beat me in everything except for football. But football is really what I care about. So, and that's where I actually have outgained him, outviewed him, because the like button has been pushed over here, over there. I'll tune in. Like, yeah, he got more views. He didn't get more likes. And over time, that'll push up. Been slowly catching up even with this little March Madness thing in recent streams. Not the last stream, because that was a mess. But yeah, so it's a whole thing. But yeah, just gotta keep going. I just gotta keep calling and do the best that I can, and hope that people like it and people sub. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Ready for the draft? Me too. Me too. I'm so ready. Again, covering it with Rising Rhino. That'll be really fun. That's going to happen in about a month. Do you have a second team that you're rooting for? Mexico. Like it's Mexico. I mean, I'm half Mexican. My mom born in Mexico. I mean, I'm also a quarter Italian, quarter German, but I don't really pull for them. It's not really. Maybe Italy, but yeah, they might not even make it. Like a channel, like what you support, keep doing what you appreciate. You, Clev. Thank you very much. I know. I recognize, again, if I see a name that looks familiar, I'll make sure to, hey, I've seen you before. I appreciate you again for coming back. Didn't Miller do Giants games? He still does I don't know. He supposedly did them last year. I didn't hear him on the call at all, so I don't know. I retire, but you think may have 2 years. I don't know. No idea. Bob Euchre, yeah, he passed away, sadly. Matthews has been calling Royals games since '69. He's in the Hall of Fame. Make membership more appealing by giving cool stuff. Yeah, so I don't know about the exclusive thing. I don't really want to make it all that. I know that's what YouTube pushes. I have it to where it's 99 cents because right now I don't really have a direction. Again, 99 cents gets you the emojis, which right now, again, not really putting much right now. Obviously, you can do this guy, and I have a Steelers emoji, right? But yeah, once MLB starts, I'll have MLB emojis and all that stuff for the teams that are playing, and that'll be a little bit more cooler. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. Whenever I get, figure out what I want to do, I'll make sure to do that. And again, you also get early access to like fantasy leagues. That's another thing. But other than that, I don't really know what else to really promote. But yeah, I made it 99 cents, and I don't think I'm going to touch it. There's another tier that's more expensive, but there's really no bonus to that. Maybe for giveaways, I'll have more entries in the giveaway. But other than that, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm still learning this thing. Watch the game again after halftime. Your free preview just ran out on the NCAA channel. I don't know. People are here because they got to listen. Do you stream the game live? I mean, again, the channel get taken now. But if you want to donate $1 million and make sure that's after taxes, after YouTube takes its fair share, then yeah, I'll go ahead and show the game for you. But then Dr. Delay is dead. John, on Thanksgiving, I believe. Stumble on your channel. Oh, appreciate you. Okay. Gotcha. Again, thank you, Orville. Think it's going over. I hope so. I hope it's a good game here in the second half. We'll see. Again, St. John's up by 8, and they have just, I don't know, I can't really say they've dominated, but they've just looked better than Kansas, because Kansas, of course, has had a plethora of self-inflicted wounds. So we'll see what the second half has in store. Kansas again in the white, St. John's in the red, as Kansas is going left to right. Here is Council. Council at the logos, looking around, floating it over to Peterson, as Peterson on the far side. Kicks it out here. I just lost my roster. That was White. White back over to Council. Council back over to White. As he hit the long two, that's going to be off the mark as it goes out of bounds. Who touched it last? We had a Kansas player running for it, but no, not able to get it, as it's going to be St. John's ball. Not an ideal way to start the second half. What's up? How's it going, Anthony? You got Kansas winning this one? They need to really come alive. Stuff shirt, no personnel. That's me. Yeah, I don't know in the running. It's just the way it goes, man. I appreciate it, though. Here is Darling on the far side, again going right to left. As he finds here Sellers for two. That's going to be in and out and rebounded by Council. Council raises it down, crossing half court in the lane. Kicks it out to Peterson. Peterson on the far side again going left to right. Finding Tiller. Tiller underneath. Puts it in, no problem. Kansas with the first points of the game, 34-28. 6-point game, as here is St. John's. This is Hopkins. Hopkins on the far side again going right to left. As he kicks it to Darling. Darling, again, no points on the game. He's got to find something. Finding Hopkins for three, and it's good. He gets an assist after Hopkins drains the three, 37-28. 18:45 and counting. All right, again, heavy pressure from St. John's as he finds Peterson on the far side. Again, going left to right. 18:38 and counting. Peterson at the logo. Kicks it out here to Council. Council back over to Badunga. Badunga just going to hand it. Oh, he does not. Now he finds Peterson. Peterson driving inside. Step back jumper is in and out. Oh, that's rough. Rebounded by St. John's. As here comes Mitchell. Mitchell there to Hopkins. Hopkins floats it over to Darling. Darling back over to Hopkins for three. It's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Council. Council now racing down. Again going left to right. Council flipping it back to Badunga. Back over to Council, who's driving inside. Now it's going to step back out. Drives inside again. Puts it off the glass. Gets the friendly roll. 37-30. 17:50 left to go in the second half as Darling making his way up again. Going right to left. Floats it over to Mitchell. Mitchell now to, I think this is Hopkins. Over to Ejiofor. Ejiofor with it beyond the arc, just chilling. 12 left to shoot, plenty of time. Darling now with it. He jacks up a three. That's too strong. Rebounded by Council. Council getting all the rebounds here in the second half as he's driving inside. Council going to the rim, lays it up. Oh, that was way off, but he was fouled. And will go to the line for two, and he is a 77% free throw shooter. Got Kansas winning this game. Yeah, again, we'll see. 100 for the Doc. Would be cool. Kansas beat them last time. Well, right now, St. John's looks pretty good. We'll see. Give out one Dr. Lay t-shirt. Yeah, maybe, huh? Okay, you can watch it on CBS. You can watch it on CBS. There is the first. Council makes the first, 37-31. At $10, your savings account, 61 cents. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. All right, Council releases. That one is good, 37-32. In a 5-point game, 17-25 and counting as he gives it back over to Mitchell, who's bringing it up the court slowly but surely, finding Hopkins on the near side. Again, going right to left. Hopkins back over to Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking around, trying to find a teammate. Back over to Sellers. Sellers with it as he finds Ejiofor. Ejiofor thought about the three, driving inside, kicks it out to Darling. Darling jab step, driving in the lane, looking, kicks it out again to Sellers. Inside, back over to Hopkins. One left to shoot. It's just got to get it up, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Never shot it. I don't know what that was all about, but it is what it is. St. John, they go to some crowd members that are just, again, hands on the head. I don't know what he was doing. I completely agree with that. I don't know what the heck that was all about. All right, Kansas gonna. Oh, he throws it out of bounds. White throws it away. Man, oh man, that is not ideal. You get the turnover, and then White's not on the same page with Council. And St. John's will have it again at the logo. Jackson now with it as he jacks up a three. That's an air ball. And it looks like the first half has made its way to the second half, as the poor play from both squads has continued. Patino can't believe it. Well, this has been interesting. All right, here we go. This is Kansas inbounding here to Peterson. Peterson on the far side, going left to right, crossing half courts. Peterson at the logo as he's going up and hands it off to Bedunga. Back over to Peterson. Peterson driving inside, looking, kicks it out here to White for three. It's going to be short. I think that was an air ball. Oh my goodness, the ball's on the ground, taken away by St. John's. Jackson with it, driving inside, puts it up, gets the basket. That was pretty sweet. That was a pretty sweet move. 39-32. Here is Jackson. Jackson now with it. Now, pardon me, that was Council. Council to Bedunga. Bedunga back over to Council. Council driving inside. Look, oh, and it's off his foot. And that's a turnover. Gonna miss Tomlin? No, I'm not gonna miss Tomlin. Appreciate him though, really do, but it was time. It's been time. St. John's ball again, again, Kansas, another turnover. As St. John's with it once again. Mitchell with it, going right to left. He's on the near side, finding Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking around, bounce pass to Hopkins. Hopkins looking around, jab step. Another jab step, driving inside, puts it up, and, can't get the friendly bounce. Rebounded there by Kansas. Council racing down in the lane. Loses the ball, gets it right back. Kicks it out here to Bedunga. Bedunga to Peterson for three, and that's good. 15:33 left to go, folks. It's a 4-point game. 39-35. As Mitchell at the logo, slowly making his way up the court. Floats it over here to Hopkins. Hopkins back to Ejiofor. Thought about the three, driving inside, puts it up, gets the easy layup. Looking for the foul, no foul. 41-35, 15:04 and counting. Kansas didn't know who was inbounding. White will be the inbounder. St. John's going to press as a result. They took their time. Bounce pass to Peterson. Peterson on the near side again, going left to right. Peterson just chilling as he pulls up a three. It's going to be short, rebounded by St. John's. Again, only a 6-point game. As this is Sellers driving inside, pump fakes, kicks it out to the corner. Kicks it out to Jackson for a deep three. That's good. 44-35, 14-30 and counting. As Peterson with it for Kansas. Kansas got to get it going, or this game could be going out of hand. Still plenty of time, but Kansas has really struggled as Council driving inside floater. Oh, an alley-oop, little touch in there to Bedunga. He puts it in, no problem. 44-37. 14:07 and counting as Mitchell finding Ejiofor, who hands it off to Hopkins. Hopkins on the near side, kicks it out to Mitchell, who hands it to Hopkins. Staying beyond the arc, floating it into Ejiofor, working his way in. Kicks it out to Hopkins for three. It rolls in. 10-point game. 47-37, 13-41 and counting. It's been a long time since we had a commercial break. I don't think we had one. As Council with it inside in the lane, kicks it out, goes out of bounds. A bad pass again. Kansas is self-destructing. That is going to be an official timeout. 47-37, 13:32 left to go. And it's been all St. John's. All right, what am I probably missed a lot here. Tennessee up on 8. Yeah, I need to check out on that. Be proud of your culture. Yeah, I guess so. I'm proud to be American, of course. They can't stop showing. I know, it's really crazy, CB. Kansas can't get out of their own way. You wouldn't miss some. Yeah, I mean, again, I wouldn't go that far. You know, he was great for the team when it was, but obviously it's been years. Two perfect brackets opposite Kansas St. John's. Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, this guy t-shirt. Honestly, that would be merch for sure. I would like to do merch. I just don't know how that works. I probably don't even get much. I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. This has been it's been a rough one for Kansas. St. John's, again, they haven't really been playing much better, but they are, of course, looking pretty good on the scoreboard. 47-37 is your score. Going to try to see what the score is on the other game. Tennessee 33, Virginia 27. Iowa, Florida, that starts in about 20 minutes. Utah State and Arizona, that starts in about an hour. American, yep. Oh, yeah. Definitely always. Yeah, I'm an American. I don't know. It's just, I always think of myself as American. That's just the way it goes. I know it's a crazy take nowadays, but it is what it is. Anyway, again, a 10-point game. St. John's leading. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me know who you got winning down below and in the poll. Right now, 55% of you guys with St. John's, 45% with Kansas. And right now, it's not looking good for Kansas. If Kansas wins at this point, they will just have to have flipped a switch because they just can't find anything. They can't hold on to the ball. They're too busy turning it over. They're too busy throwing it out of bounds. I mean, they have 12 turnovers. I mean, that is just not going to win you anything. You got Tennessee, St. John's, Florida, and Iowa State. Oh, wow. Good luck. I could see that. I don't know. The Tennessee one, I don't know. But they're winning right now, so you're probably okay. But we'll see. Thanks for Kansas. This game is making me mad. Thanks to Kansas. Should have known they're over it. Yeah. Yep. Again, I said it earlier. I said this game had major implications on my bracket. So, certain results will tank my bracket. Not completely, but man. Well, we will know if Kansas has the drive and heart. Yeah, we'll see. Brackets all y'all need to know. I guess so. Don't base your bets all last year. Well, that is true. That is very much true indeed. Last year was last year. This year's this year. All right, St. John's with it again. They're up by 10. Kansas needs some stops and some buckets. St. John's needs to keep it on as there's a three. That's going to be too strong. And it's last touch by Kansas. Oh, they're going to say it wasn't. Ejiofor saying, no, you better challenge that. I think they are. Oh, that was... Oh, maybe not. Ejiofor may have slapped it out of bounds. They will look at it. Oh, yeah, I think Ejiofor last touched it. I thought it was off Kansas live, but no, the slow-mo shows Ejiofor slamming it out of bounds. Come on, Virginia. Yeah, it's not looking good. Zags. Yeah, again, that hurt one of my Elite Eights. And, of course, this one I do have in the Elite Eight. I'm not going to lie. Do any other games I'm doing? Yeah, Utah State, Arizona. That is my last game of the day. St. John's won against their last opponent by 26. Kansas won against their last opponent by 8. St. John's beat Kansas winning score by 10. I guess so. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Come on, Red Storm. Not looking good. Felt like a very safe bet. All right, gotcha. But yeah, again, I will be doing Arizona and Utah State. I hope you got St. John's, unless Kansas State goes on a run. Yep, like I said, I'm not going to really announce that. I can make it. I'll tease it for the end. That's what I'll do. I'll be like, oh man, or oh yeah, you know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'll tease it for the end. I'll reveal who I picked to go on this run. Probably shouldn't have. I just bought in for some reason. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, folks. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, I'm actually outperforming, like I said earlier, gave this halftime speech about likes. And I actually am outperforming the king himself, Jaguar Gator, right now. So thank you guys very much for your support, for tuning in, for liking it up. I really do appreciate it. And, of course, again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to leave a like and subscribe. This is what I do, folks. I call games. Of course, I do it as unbiased as possible. Even if, of course, I'm pulling for somebody, you're not going to really know it. Unless it's a Steelers game. But, again, that's because I'm wearing a Steelers jersey. But, obviously, oh, look at that. There's Aaron Rodgers with another pick. Oh, Tomlin burned another timeout for no reason. You know. Again, I pretty much rip the Steelers when I'm calling them because they do so many stupid things. It's impossible not to. But yeah, again, if you're an NFL fan, that is really where this channel is at its best. Make sure to subscribe today. It is free to do so. Think of it more as a follow, like on Twitter or on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. And again, it is free to do. And I will definitely see you for football season. But of course, plenty more college-based basketball games happening in the near future, and plenty of baseball. So make sure, again, to subscribe today. It is free. Free to do so. Let's see. Who does the winner play? They play Duke. 87 likes. Honestly, it's really good for college. College games don't get a lot of likes, to be honest. But I'll take it. More likes is always good. Why is starting the game? Doesn't even take a rocket scientist to see. He's catalyst. See him out making shots. Yeah, he's been kind of doing well with the assist, I think. Let me see, right? I have to double check that. Kansas going to be inbounding. Okay, well, only two assists, but it is what it is. Anyway, Kansas down by 10. Council with it as he's approaching half court. Kansas needs to get something going as he finds Mbia. Mbia hands it off to Peterson, and now there's a stoppage of play as there's going to be a foul on, looks like that is Sellers. Just a random little foul there. Go and fix this. All right, 13:06. Again, Kansas going to be inbounding here on the far side as he's looking for a player. Finds one in Peterson. Peterson at the logo. Hands it off to Council. Council back to Mbia. Mbia now to Peterson. Peterson chilling. Driving inside. Looking. And they're going to call a reach in. Looks like that's on Hopkins. Not a shooting foul. Let's see here. Tennessee play like frauds against garbage Alabama. I don't know, though. Got to meet Jack Lambert. Oh, it's cool. That is pretty neat. My dad would be... I don't know if he met Jack Lambert. As Peterson checks up a long two. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by St. John's. I think he met Franco Harris, I think. I can't remember. All right, St. John's. Jackson looking around. Finds Sandin for three. That's going to be short. Rebounded by... I believe that is Jackson. Jackson here for Kansas. Again, Jackson's for each team as Jackson with it beyond the arc. Looking around. Going to the far side. Now finding Council. Council hands it off underneath. Mbia underneath looking. Puts it up and is fouled. And we'll go to the line. Again, that's not a bad foul because Mbia not good at the line. Only 33% from the line. That is just not good. You got St. John's going to the Final Four. Oh, wow. That is like kind of like me, but again, I don't know if it's St. John's. It's Kansas. St. John's, Kansas. I'm like the jester, folks. I'm a clown, I guess. Anyway, 47-37, Mbia at the line, and he does get it off the backboard. I guess that's one way to secure it going in, no problem. Again, he's not good at the line at all. How much money can I make starting a channel like this? It's not a lot. You got to work at it. You really do. But trending in the right direction. There is the second. That one's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Mitchell. Mitchell with it as he's going to hand it off to Sandin, who's going to be the point guard for a little bit. Jackson now with it at the logo as he finds Hopkins. Hopkins looking around, finding Ejiofor. Ejiofor in the lane. He puts it up. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, they're going to call a foul. Oh, it looked like a clean block. But Ejiofor is going to go to the line, and he will shoot two. 50K. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. You got to do that. Oh, yeah. 50K a month. That would be really nice. As he does make the first, that's the goal. But that is probably years from now. I'm talking maybe a decade plus if I'm successful like that. All right, there's the second. That one's going to be short, and it's going to be rebounded by Kansas. Kansas ripping it away from St. John's as here is Council on the near side again, going left to right. Here's Peterson driving inside, looking, turning, kicks it out. Almost a risky pass, but it's taken away by Council. Council on the near side, driving the lane, kicks it out. He's driving inside. Jackson looking right. He almost trips, but he's okay. 10 left to shoot. Jackson kicks it out to the bench. There's no one there except the crowd. Another turnover, and Kansas coach can't believe it. Another turnover. How many turnovers? It's like 10. Another TV timeout, 48-38. That is 13 turnovers by Kansas. As St. John's, I mean, this one, I don't know. This doesn't look good for Kansas for sure. You're 35% from the line. 33 is atrocious. Yeah, that is gas. I'm telling you, it's bad. Kansas, I got 5.5. Hope you can hear. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're deaf. Appreciate you, Mies, for tuning in. I'll smile all the way back. Yeah, no. I make, would be lucky to hit, again, like I said, I don't really get it. I'll be a little bit more transparent than other streamers, but definitely not hitting, like I said, not going to hit 1,000 this month. Football season at the end there, that was done. That was done. December, January were really good for the channel. And but again, it's not really something I can do that's sustainable over time if I kept it like that. So that's why, again, growth. Got to keep growing. Really happy with it. Like I said, talking with other people that do this, I am progressing well. I'm progressing faster. So I just got to keep putting the work in, and hopefully people like it. That's really all I can do. Let's see here. 98 likes it. Pretty good. FK not liking it. Well, now he's liking it. He was smirking. Yeah, 50K. Yeah, 50K. That would be great. I'll be set. 50K. That would be pretty nice. But yeah, I'd be happy with. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. I'd be happy with that for a year. I really would. That would be great. I could live off that. But obviously, definitely want to keep going higher. You know, for the family and all that. Got to take care of the wife. Want to make sure, because she's kind of helping out. Just again, we're in commercial break if you're wondering why I'm yapping here. So again, she's kind of sacrificing at the moment, and the goal is for me to kind of like, all right, I'm making enough. You can chill out. You know, you don't have to do all that anymore. But I am pulling my own weight, of course. But obviously, again, the goal is to be the breadwinner, and just obviously have her not have to work. That's the goal. That is the goal. Sort of like Kentucky Iowa State game. Yeah, Kentucky had like 20 turnovers. That's not good. Pirates won the World Series. Seals won the Super Bowl. Yeah, so I guess that's not going to happen, huh? Pirates would be nice if they made the playoffs. Like Jim Mora, that would help. That would help for sure. Again, 100 likes. Thank you guys so much. That is awesome. Oregon Texas game is Pirate. Yes. Like I said, women's. I'm not going to touch. I'm not touching. Good luck, though. Again, I would recommend other things. All right, here we go. St. John's up by 10 on the far side. He's looking around, kicks it out here to Sandin. Pump fakes, looking around, back over to Mitchell. Hands it back to Sandin. Sandin for 3. That's an air ball, but it's saved by St. John's. What a play. Threw it off the back of a Kansas player. As it's going to be St. John's ball with 13 left to shoot. Again, 11-22. As here we go, St. John's inbounding. Here is Sandin on the far side. He's just chilling at the logo, now handing it off to Mitchell, who hands it back to Sandin. Sandin, 5 to shoot, driving inside, looking, puts it up. Oh, it's blocked! Taken away by Peterson. Peterson on the far side, going left to right. He's now going to slow it down as he's going to be at the logo. Just chilling, covered by Prey, as he hands it off to Council. These are not random words, I promise. Council looking around, finding Badunga to Peterson. Peterson, step back 3. Air ball, rebounded or taken away by St. John's. St. John's with it on the far side, 10:44 and counting. Again, St. John's up by 10 as he's driving inside. Looking, puts it up, and gets the friendly roll, 50-38. 10.5 minutes to go as Council on the far side, driving in, looking, turning, kicks it out to Peterson as Peterson's driving in, and heavy defense floats it up, gets the basket. I don't think he was expecting that to go in, but it did. 50-40, 10-13 and counting. Peterson with 14 points, 4 for 12 from the field. I think that's the problem. It's just he's missed so many shots, so many possessions ending as Jackson with it for St. John's. Again, a 10-point game. 10 minutes to go. Prey hands it back over to Jackson. Jackson to Hopkins. Step back long, too. That's going to be short and rebounded by Badunga. But now they're going to call a foul on Prey. Or they might be on Mitchell. Is it on Prey or Mitchell? Prey. You've actually done every game. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you, Jimmy. Thank you very much. That's just lucky, I guess. Pirates are a wild card team. I hope so. I hope so. Love MLB, but they've already. Oh, okay. Stopping in. I'm in CeeLo stream. Oh, yeah, he's doing the Vols. Yes, he does everything Tennessee. All right, Kansas going to be inbounding here as he's trying to find a teammate. Oh, and it goes out of bounds with the last touch. It was last touch by Kansas. Unbelievable. They put in Rosario, his first second of the game, and he's not able to hold on to it as it goes off his foot. Kansas with another turnover. That is now 15 turnovers for Kansas. As here is St. John's with it inbounding. Darling with it at the point, finding Mitchell. Mitchell Mitchell going to the basket, puts it up, gets the easy layup. Everyone was baited, even me. 52-40. As Badunga will hand it off here to, again, if you're spoiling, don't spoil, folks. I mean, you're not cool, you're not edgy. I promise you I'll get to it. As he is going inside now, kicks it back out. This is McDowell. Bounce pass inside to Badunga. Badunga in the lane. He puts it up and can't get it. Badunga puts it up. Oh, and he loses the ball. Taken away by St. John's. I wonder if they're going to score on this possession. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. It might be 54-40 in about a few seconds. Hopkins with it, floating to Prey. Prey with it, back over to Darling. Darling looking around. Now back over to Mitchell, floats it up. Unbelievable, I can't believe he made it. 54-40. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it actually was 54-40. 8:51 left to go in the second half as St. John's pulling away by 2 touchdowns. Kansas might be going home in the round of 32. Two most dysfunctional teams I've ever seen. I don't think it's the worst game ever. I think it's actually very entertaining, to be honest with you. I find it to be very entertaining. I like bad football, honestly, so I like bad basketball is fine. Yeah, no spoilers if you don't mind. Was it worse? Was it what worse? I don't even know. What kind of commentary is it? Just commentary, man. Commentary, Tim. If it wasn't for my dislike of Rick Pitino, I would have joined St. John's. Yeah. That is tough. And appreciate you guys. 54-40. It is a rough game. As, again, we've seen a lot of turnovers. But St. John's looking like the better of the two teams that have been very much dysfunctional. So, again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Kansas down by 2 touchdowns. Got to inbound it. White to Peterson. Again, that's been a tough play for Kansas, but they do complete the pass. As Peterson with it at the logo. Going left to right, down by, again, plenty of scores. As Council with it now on the near side. Kicks it out to White. White beyond the arc. He floats it over to Badunga. Badunga with the catch and lays it in, no problem. 54. Appreciate you in the running. Thank you very much. Again, in the running, I'll try to get you to pick the game in a little bit. I appreciate you, man. 12-point game. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. As Hopkins with it on the far side. Back over to Sandin. Sandin looking around. Trying to find a teammate. Kicks it into Prey. Prey in the lane. Puts it up and gets the friendly roll and the foul. 56-42, and Prey is a 68% free throw shooter, folks. NL Central will be competitive this season. I hope so. And thank you in the running again. Next commercial break, I'll get to you in a sec. Let's see, just got paid. Oh, nice. Good stuff as he misses the layup, but now there's going to be a foul on Mitchell. Mitchell will grab a seat after that. What was your last day job? Worked a little bit at a radio station. Before that, I worked for a long time in the retail field. Was a grocery store manager. Yeah, that was... Met a lot of friends there, but very stressful and annoying. A lot of hours. All right. And it was salary, so it didn't even count. Anyway, Council with it at the logo. Going to the near side again, going left to right. Council going inside in the lane. Kicks it out here for three. Rosario gets it. They desperately needed that. 56-45. 7:45 and counting. All right, Prey. No, it's not Prey. This is Darling. Darling now to Prey. Prey to Sannon. Sannon hands it off here to Hopkins. Hopkins at the logo again, up by 11, 7:30 and counting. 10 left to shoot. Back over to Darling as he bounce passes inside to Ejiofor. Inside, looking hook shot, rolls in, no problem. 58-45. Appreciate you, Caleb. Again, I'll get to you in a moment after the next commercial. As here's Peterson driving inside, puts it up, and can't get it. There is going to be a foul, and he will go to the line for a couple. Grocery, yes. Yes, a lot of time. So 7:10, we got a commercial break as St. John's all over him. All right, folks, again, Caleb in the running. Appreciate you guys for the $5 donations. That is huge. So I'm doing something different from now on. All right, you see a random number there. Whenever I get a donation, again, that'll be more on the screen whenever baseball season's here. But yeah, put your $5 to whatever game I'll be calling on April 1st. Going to do a make the call thing. Tigers, Diamondbacks, Yankees, Mariners, or Giants and the Padres. So if you can, just let me know what game I will be calling. That would be ideal. Again, appreciate you guys for that. So yeah, just let me know what game to put the $5 to in the comment section. I'll be sure to read it. But again, it's a 13-point game, folks. Not looking good if you're a Jayhawk. They might be coming to an end here in the round of 32. As far as what's happening elsewhere, Tennessee 36, Virginia 31, Florida 9, Iowa 8, as that one is just now getting underway. UConn barely beat Furman. Yeah, not good. Yeah, again, W's in the chat for the donos. Thank you guys so much. Been watching lands. Send both these team. Oh, yeah, can't be doing that, though. They won't be going home. But, yeah. It's not looking good. 108 likes. That's pretty good. Yeah, thank you guys. Let's see here. Lost State of UConn, yeah. 18 for Peterson. I don't know if that happens. Maybe. He's at 14. He should. You gave Kansas 9. Oh, wow. Picking up Pirates for Royals World Series. That probably won't happen. It would be nice. Let's see. I'm still trying to look. Again, folks are in the running, and Caleb, just let me know what game, and I'll be sure to put the $5 there. If not, I'll just do a poll at the end of the game. That is the way it will be. But yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in. This has been a sloppy game, but it honestly has been very entertaining. You know, again, Kansas on the brink of elimination. They got to get it started now. Again, there's only just over 7 minutes. Caleb's going with the Yankees game. Appreciate you, man. So, 43. Yeah, probably going to be calling that game. Most likely. 43 now to New York and Seattle. Does Kentucky need a fire? I don't know. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, it'll be interesting how it'll go there. But, yeah, Kentucky, obviously, they haven't been able to do much. All right, we're back again. A 13-point game. St. John's over Kansas. Again, Kansas with 15 turnovers. That is just, that's not going to win you many games. As Peterson, again, with the 1-on-1 opportunity, as that one doesn't go in. Unbelievable. Rebounded here by Darling, as Darling will take it up slowly but surely. 7 minutes and counting as he hands it off to Prey. Prey now to Hopkins. Hopkins to Sannon. Sannon at the logo. Yankees, Mariners, gotcha. I'll be sure to add the 5 very soon. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You've had fun. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you, man, for tuning in. As Darlin kicks it out to Hopkins. Hopkins driving inside, turning, kicks it out for 3. It's going to be short as it's tipped over the air and rebounded by Rosario. Rosario now on the far side. Hands it off to Council. Council to White. Driving in, kicks it out to Council for 3. That's good and desperately needed that. 10-point game. Orioles fan, appreciate you, man. Orioles fan, make sure to pick a game. Again, I'll be sure to let you know what games those were. But thank you very much for the $5 dono W's in the chat. As again, a 10-point game. It's maybe not over yet. Sandin with it at the logo. 13 left to shoot. Kicks it out to Darling. Darling for 3. Oh, it's blocked. Blocked by White. White to Peterson. Peterson going inside the lane. Lays it up. Oh, and he was fouled. I was about to say it was tipped. But he was indeed fouled, and he will go to the line for 2. And he's an 83% free throw shooter. Thank you guys so much. Again, Orioles fan, if you could let me know which game to put the $5 toward. Detroit, Arizona, New York, Seattle, San Francisco, San Diego. Peterson does make the first, 58-49. As, again, Kansas needs these buckets. They need the free points. As there's the second. That one is good. 58-50. Hopkins with it for St. John's. Under 6 to play. As, again, St. John's looking just to keep doing what they're doing. But maybe not. If Kansas would stop turning the ball over, they would probably win the game. Here's Ejiofor. Ejiofor hands it off to Mitchell. Back to Jackson. Jackson beyond the arc. 10 left to shoot. Jackson driving inside. In the lane. Puts it up. And can't get the friendly roll. Tipped over the air. Peterson saves it. Kansas only down by 8 with a chance to cut into this lead even more. Peterson at the logo. As he's driving inside. Peterson puts it off the glass. Gets the friendly roll and the foul. It's only a 6-point game, folks. 58-52. You pick. I'll do a poll at the end of the game. Put a poll at the end. Thank you very much, Orioles fan. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. So, again, we will have this free throw whenever we come back. Again, it is not over yet, folks. 6-point game with 5:19 to go. In the other games, Tennessee 36, Virginia 31. They're still at the half. Iowa and Florida, that is tied up at 11. Man, this game might not be over. This game might not be over. All right, actually, well, we'll just do it right now. If you guys can, let me know. Just do it until the commercial break. 1's for Detroit, Arizona. 2's for New York, Seattle. 3 for San Francisco, San Diego. If you guys could let me know. I'll just go off what I see. That would be fantastic. Maybe not. I don't know. Just do whatever you want. I might do a poll at the end regardless, even if you guys do that. Anyway, we're back. Again, it's a 6-point game. As, again, it is 58-52. Peterson, again, an 83%er. Jens got it 2. Jimmy likes San Diego, San Francisco. We got 1. All right, so everything's even. I might just do a poll, honestly. All right, Peterson again for the line. That one is good. So he does make it a 5-point game. 58-53, folks. This one is not over. 5:17 and counting. As Mitchell making his way up for the Red Storm. Finding Jackson. Jackson over to Mitchell. Mitchell now over. As he hands it back over to Jackson. Jackson now to Ejiofor. Ejiofor inside in the lane. Looking. Kicks it out on the far side. Hands it off to Sellers. Sellers to Ejiofor. Ejiofor at the line. And he is, well, it's stuffed. But he gets it back. Ejiofor at the line. Puts it up. Floater's good. Thought there'd be a foul, but no foul indeed. 60-53. It's back to a 7-point game. Peterson with the logo. He's driving in. Now fading back. Oh, Peterson has it stripped away. Taken over by St. John's. Jackson in the lane. Puts it up, and he is fouled. Unbelievable. Or are they going to say it just went out of bounds? It was blocked out of bounds. Okay, so no foul. It's going to stay with St. John's as I believe they're going to be inbounding underneath their own basket. I actually can't hear. Yeah, no, they're going to be inbounding underneath their own basket. All right, 4:31 as he inbounds it here. St. John's with it at the logo. This is Mitchell. Bounce pass to Ejiofor. Ejiofor in the 2-point lane. Spinning, turning, shooting, and it's good. 62-53. 4:15 and counting as Kansas worked their way back. But St. John's potentially slamming the doors. Council lays it in, no problem, and now we're back to a 7-point game, 62-55. That was pretty quick. And St. John's going to slow it down as they know time is on their side. 3:55 and counting. Mitchell on the near side, again going right to left. Mitchell floats it to Ejiofor. Ejiofor hands it off to Jackson. Jackson to Mitchell. Mitchell driving inside, looking, hands it off, it loses the ball, goes out of bounds, off of St. John's. And they might be calling a timeout. They will. Timeout. TV timeout. So 62-55, Kansas ball whenever we come back. Let's see here. Watching overplay players fail. New York. The Yankees stuff. Some twos. We got some twos, ones. It's looking like it's going to be with the Yankees. But again, I'll do a poll at the end. I'll do it for like a minute or so. Because, yeah, I don't know. Again, if the other game will be delayed or not. That one starts in 30 minutes. Utah State and Arizona. But that's on the same court, I think. So they might push it back. All right, again, we have... Okay, so Tennessee, Virginia, they're back from halftime. 38-34, Tennessee leading. Iowa leading over Florida, 17-12. Very interesting. A lot of bad passing, but there has been dumb penalties. Interesting. Orioles fan, you want the one? Orioles fan, it's your thing. So if you want the first one, we'll do it. That's what we'll do. We'll put it to the one. That's what we'll do. It's your tone now. So no, you pick. All right. Well, again, appreciate you guys. But thank you again, Orioles fan, for that. So it looks like again the Yankees only lead by 43. So it's probably going to happen anyway. But I appreciate it. The Chicago Cubs. Yeah, they'll probably be pretty good. You live in Kansas? Sorry, Cody. But you never know. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Yeah, again, I appreciate it, guys, for hanging out. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to leave a like. And, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. This is what I do. I call games. Again, if you do like college basketball, this is a great channel for you. As I've been again, doing this since, actually, the conference championships. But, yeah, it's been fun. We'll be back, of course, for the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, Final 4, and, of course, the 2. So whenever, of course, the streams go down, I can be a great backup option for you. Hopefully you agree. But, of course, the bread and butter of the channel, and I can't stress this enough, is the NFL. It's football. NFL, college football. Make sure, again, to subscribe. Even, again, if you're a Chiefs fan or a Rams fan or a Cardinals fan or a Dolphins fan, Buccaneers, Jets, even the Jets. I cover them all. I cover all 32 teams. Yes, it's every Steelers game, but, of course, we do 3 NFL games every Sunday, sometimes 4, because of the NFL Europe games. So make sure, again, to sub. And, of course, Monday night, Thursday night, we can all hang out and talk football while I call the game. NBA, not really. Again, maybe for the NBA Finals, but that is pretty much it. I'm not an NBA guy. Not an NBA guy. But I'll do it for the Finals, maybe. I mean, that's probably going to happen. Showing an update here. Tennessee up by 4 still over Virginia. That is not ideal. Not ideal for the Cavaliers. Again, a 7-point game here. 3:41 to go. It's still anybody's game. It really is, despite how Kansas has played. As Kansas with it. All right, here we go. This is Council at the logo. Going left to right. Trying to find a teammate. Finds one there in Badunga. Badunga looking around. Floats it back over to Council. As he makes his way to the near side, going left to right. Driving inside, kicks it out to White. White looking around underneath the basket, puts it up, gets the basket. 62-57. 3:16 and counting. St. John's with it on the far side. This is Hopkins. Hopkins to Ejiofor. He's at the point. He's looking to hand it off to Jackson. Jackson loses the ball. Jackson with the other calling for a backcourt, but no. Now they will. Now they're going to call a double dribble, and Pitino can't believe it. Well, that was interesting. Pitino's now going to ask the ref, what are you talking about? It was tipped, clearly. Pitino's saying, I don't know, do they call a double dribble or a backcourt? I don't think Pitino's going to win the appeal here. That's an awful call. Everyone in the commentator is saying, no, that was a terrible call. Regardless, Kansas with it at the logo. Council. Bounce pass here to White. White beyond the arc. Looking. Floats it over to Council. Council finding Peterson for three. Too strong. Rebounded by Rosario. Puts it in. Gets the buckets. It's a 3-point game. 62-59. 2:35 and counting. St. John's only up by 3 after all the dominance. Here's Ejiofor looking around. He's at the point. Ejiofor hands it off to Jackson. Jackson at the logo. 13 left to shoot. Still plenty of time. Back over to Ejiofor. Driving inside. Puts it up. Blocked. Blocked by Badunga. White now with it. Hands off to Council. Racing down in the lane. Council puts it up. Floater. Can't get it. Rebounded by St. John's. St. John's loses it. It's Council to Peterson for 3. That's in and out. Rebounded. Touched in by Badunga. It's a 1-point game. 62-61. Timeout, St. John's. Unbelievable, folks. Again, no spoilers. No spoilers, folks. I hate to do it. I won't ban, but again, you'll just be putting timeout at this point. Or banned. I'll just ban if I have to. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. This one coming down to the wire. That's what I wanted. I knew it would. I said at the beginning this could be the game of the day. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Just a bunch of turnovers. It was like a 10-6 game in the NFL with a bunch of interceptions, fumbles, all that good stuff. Turning it over, 4th down, going forward on 4th and 13 and missing for some reason. That's what this game has been, and yet, at the end, it is a 1-bucket game. That is poetry. It's beautiful. No, he's not gone. He's just for 10 minutes. He didn't know, so that's why. But you're still for 10 minutes. We'll see ya. It's a 1-point game. It's a 1-point game. Can you show? Like, it's actually crazy. It's still being asked at this point in time. That's crazy. Again, it's like, well, streams are getting taken down. I wonder why. Maybe this guy. Maybe I'll ask him to show the game. Oh. Wait a minute. Is it illegal to show the game? I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps. Could be. What is copyright? I don't know. Anyway, 62-61. St. John's leading as we are coming back from commercial. Unbelievable stuff. Again, St. John's calling a timeout, trying to set them all straight. 1-point game, folks. Kansas' largest comeback win in tournament history was 16 points. That was the national championship. Today is a 14-point deficit. St. John's with it. There's a little bit of a press here from Kansas. Darling now making his way to the near side, going right to left. He is at the logo. A 16-4 run by Kansas in the last 4 minutes and 45 seconds as he finds Hopkins on the near side. Again, going right to left. Hopkins looking, trying to find a teammate. Hands it off to Darling. 6 left to shoot. Back to Hopkins for 3. Drains it. 65-61. 122 and counting. Here is Council bringing up the logo again, going left to right as he's driving in the lane, looking, turning, trying to find a teammate, kicks it out to White. White driving inside in the lane, puts it up with contact. No, it's an air ball, but he still gets it back and puts it in, no problem. Unbelievable. I don't know how the ball got back to him, but it happened. 2-point game, St. John's inbounding. Kansas got to get back. They beat the press. Each of them are going to slow it down, trying to draw the foul. Hands it off there to, I believe that's Sannon. Sannon back over to Darling. Just chilling, 15 left to shoot. Sannon at the logo. He's driving inside, kicks it out to Jackson. Each of 4 for 3. It's going to be short. Rebounded by Council. Council with it. 29 seconds, and it's going to wait. And chill. There's a 1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Timeout. Timeout with 24 seconds. 24 seconds. Unbelievable, folks. Kansas has come back from the dead with a chance to tie or take the lead. Unbelievable. Wow, indeed. Yes, appreciate you guys for tuning in, Mahoney. Appreciate you, man. Imagine taking Kansas this guy. Imagine, right? Oh, man. That's funny. Appreciate you, Blackout. Appreciate you, man. Kansas have last possession on shot clock. They'll have like a second, maybe. Again, it depends on when they shoot. Appreciate you, Joseph, for tuning back in. Appreciate you, Jimmy. That's what I go for with the radio thing. I try. I haven't seen a choke job like this since the playoffs. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Some of us lack common sense. It happens. Yeah. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. What a game. It turned in to be a great one. I knew it would be. I was a little worried with how this game went at the beginning. I mean, really, again, up until about 7 minutes ago of game action, Kansas was turning it over left and right. They were completing passes with the bench, with crowd members, with cameramen, with anybody but themselves. And yet, despite all that, it is now just a one-bucket game. 2 points. So it looks like the timeout has ended 65-63. Man, oh man. What a moment. Think the Jayhawk is a prehistoric terror board. Yeah, I wouldn't know about all that. Please don't mess up your parlay. Sorry, Dustin. I don't know what's about to happen, but good luck. Kansas going to inbound from left to right. Again, a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Peterson with it. He's at the logo. Looking around to the near side. Peterson driving inside. Puts it up and can't get it, but he's fouled. And Peterson will go to the line for two. This might work out for St. John's, though. Even if he makes both, St. John's might have the last shot. Peterson is an 83% free throw shooter. Again, no spoilers, folks. I don't see any, but I'm just letting you know. At this point, it's an automatic ban. I will never see you again. You'll never see me again, and that's fine. As Peterson makes the first. These are huge, huge free throws. If he makes this, the game is tied. Everyone is standing. Everyone is standing in the arena. Makes them both. 65-65. 14 seconds left. And, ooh. Looks like he was fouled. That's interesting. So a foul there, but well, Kansas only had 2 fouls, so I don't understand. I don't get it. All right, 13 seconds left. They're going to inbound it. And now it's with Ejiofor. Ejiofor is going to be fouled with 11 seconds left. And that was Kansas's 4th foul. Kansas coach is shaking his head. He doesn't like it. All right, Larry's giving a fake one, so I guess Larry's gone. We'll catch you later, Larry. 10 seconds left. Darling with it. Darling at the logo, and Darling is going to be fouled. That's the Kansas's 5th foul. So 7 seconds left. Oh, my goodness. This thing is just going on. Kansas using their fouls to prevent a shot. Maybe. Maybe. 7 seconds left. Even fake spoilers are gone at this point. You'll never be seen again. It's all good. I don't need you. Here's Darling going in, and he is fouled with 4 seconds left. And Kansas now at 6 fouls. And this will be interesting. 4 seconds left. Hopkins inbounding to Darling. Darling, 3 seconds. Darling going to the rim. Puts it up. Game winner. It's over. St. John's has won 67-65. A game winner drive layup. Darling, his only points of the game. were the last points of the game. 67-65. St. John's moves on. And Kansas goes home, folks. That is how it ends here in San Diego. Kansas fought back. And you just have to wonder if Kansas didn't convert 16 turnovers, it would be a different story. Lays it off the glass with zeros on the clock. Credit wins. Good stuff. Man, oh man, appreciate you guys again. Make sure before you go to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. That was fun. That was a blast. Man, oh man. Tennessee leading 50-44 over Virginia. Iowa 19, Florida 13. Of course, I have a confession to make. I said I would let you guys know at the end why this game had major implications on my bracket. Folks, I had Kansas losing to Michigan. Yes, I was bold. I was bold and dumb. I had Kansas going to the final. So my runner-up has been eliminated in round 32. So now I got to hope that a lot of other runner-ups are getting eliminated very, very soon, because that was a killer. 98% for what? Nothing now. Because Kansas lost. It is what it is. Now all my hopes and all my points lay in Michigan's hands for the brackets. I was doing so good. But St. John's just destroyed Dr. DeLay's bracket. Oh, well. That was quite the doozy. It was, Bruce Swain. Good to see you, Batman. Appreciate you, man. Classic Forces of I game. It was great. It was great, Henry. Bracket busted. Yep. Whoever took 145. Yeah, apparently 144. Was evident in round one. I know. I saw the game, and I'm like, oh, man, well. Oh, well. Pirates make the playoffs? Maybe, Muffin Man. Muffin Puffin. Hopefully. Maybe wild card. All right, folks. Again, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, folks. I'll be back in about 20 minutes for Utah State and Arizona. Again, if you do enjoy the NFL, if you do enjoy, again, college basketball, I'll be back, of course, for the remainder of the tournament. But again, the NFL is where this channel is at its best. Again, we cover everybody, not just the Steelers. I cover all the Steelers games, but again, I cover everybody else at least once. But again, also doing a lot of baseball as well. So again, I'm busy. I'm always on here growing this channel. This channel will be big, hopefully around for the ride. I'd love to have you. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys in about 20 minutes for Utah State and Arizona. I will see you guys then. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.